I'm here today with Samuel J. Seymour, the last living witness of the assassination of Abraham Lincoln, our 16th president, on April 15th, 1865. Mr. Seymour, tell us from your point of view what happened that day.
Well, you see, at the time I was a very young child, 5 years old to be exact, and some close family friends invited me to go see the play Our American Cousin at the Ford Theater. Now, being a 5-year-old, I wasn't interested in going to see the play, but I accepted our family friend's offer out of politeness, and I went. So, when I got there, I was looking around the auditorium and I saw President Abraham Lincoln in the presidential box, and I was very excited because my family at the time was a strong supporter of Abraham Lincoln and the abolishment of slavery and how he handled the Civil War. And being a 5-year-old, I didn't really have my own political views and just followed my parents. So I was very excited that Abraham Lincoln was there. So, while we were watching the play, about halfway through, my eyes started to wander. My attention span ran out, and I kind of just zoned out and stopped paying attention to the play. And as the tension in the room started to rise, my attention was drawn back to the play as it progressed onto a more climactic scene. And all of a sudden, one of the actors said something, and the crowd erupted in laughter and happiness and very excited about what had just happened in the play, but the excitement was abruptly stopped with a loud gunshot. Bang! And screams from all around me, and all of a sudden the theater was plunged into chaos, and I looked up at the presidential box, and Abraham Lincoln was no longer sitting in his seat, and there was a man, a strange man.
And who did you see up there?
I saw a strange man grappling with one of Abraham Lincoln's close friends, Major Rathbone. This strange man I later found out to be John Wilkes Booth, the man who killed Abraham Lincoln. And as Booth started to lose the grapple, he tried to escape, and he jumped off the balcony of the presidential box, and his foot got caught on the edge of it, and he landed wrong and injured his foot, or his leg. And he stood up and looked at the crowd and bellowed 3 words that I'll never forget.
And what were those 3 words?
Those 3 words were Sic Semper Tyrannis.
Interesting. I'm sure those are Latin, but what do they mean?
At the time, they didn't really have much significance to me other than how they brought all the attention to Booth. But I later found out that they are sort of a rallying call against tyranny and abusal of power.
So now, through all the chaos, what was it like outside of the theater?
As the theater started to clear out and me and my family friends made our way outside, there were fights in the streets, and I didn't understand why people were fighting, but my mother later explained to me.
And what exactly did she say?
She explained to me that the supporters of John Booth were being beaten because of their supporting of the assassination of Abraham Lincoln, and there was a man laying in the street, and he looked like he had just endured a very vigorous beating, and that man was a John Booth lookalike who had just an innocent man. He had no role in the assassination of Abraham Lincoln.
So people were getting beat up and murdered in the streets because of the one fact that they looked like John Wilkes Booth.
Yes, it was extremely chaotic.
Thank you for your time.
I can't see it if it don't look like no dollar sign. I'm real stiff on it.